one more video about splitting wood. I have bigger rounds there. I didn't show the jib crane last video because the logs were quite small. Now I did set up the jib crane with the winch. For this winch, it's 2,000 pounds. It's well enough for what I need to do. There's a wraparound at the top for the cable. So why so? That I don't want to mess too much with the cables to have long cables for the winch, and I have the winch at the very end. So instead of that, it takes like 30 seconds to thread the cable at the top. And as you can see, that's to follow the angle of the arm. Sometime when the arm gets very straight, I have some problem to make it bend so that I can reach the area I want. So basically this is the only downsides of it. So other than that, it's going well so far. The fan, it's warm, it's moist, but with the fan, this is pretty much good. That's good. Oh, by the way, to be able to run that winch out of the small engine, the engine is a 14 HP. That's well enough for the, I think this is a two-phase 14 gallons per minute, but it's a cheap one, I would guess so, because I would think that it's most likely 3-4 gallons per minute when you reach up to 1000 psi. So it makes quick movement out of a very easy log to split, and when it's a little bit harder, then it goes down to 3-4 gallons per minute, not much more than that. So that's why it's quite slow with the 5 inches cylinder. So 5 inches cylinder compared to 4 is really much more. And this is why the flow counts. So with that small engine, I have the alternator that produces the current needed for the winch. Along with that, I have a fairly sized battery for that. It's a small car battery, so it can store up some energy for the winch, because the alternator is not able to supply all the energy for the winch. Maybe the winch draws maybe 60 amps and the alternator produces 45 amps maximum. So there's kind of a buffer in between. So I'll let you see that in action. So this is the last moment of the splitting season 2019. Nicola and Emily helped me a lot to complete that this year. We are now down to the very few last log to split. So this is it. Enjoy. It's been a while since I published the last video. It's because I was pretty much busy with the splitting of the wood. Then also this year I had one or two very large trees that grew a little bit twisted, and I can tell you that it makes a lot of debris when you split that. This year I collected a lot of chunks, which I sent to the wood chipper I have at the back of the case, and I gather the bigger chunks in that large bag and smaller chunks that small pieces that I chunk down to very small chips, which I put in bags. I'm going to store these bags on the second story of the garage, where it's very warm. It's going to dry, and late fall I'm going to use them to heat the home. I will be using them when it's really cold and I need to fire up the second stove. The first stove is only going to burn the split wood. So this year I've been really productive. I've collected, let's say, it's maybe 15 cords. I have to calculate that to be sure. I mean cords, face cords. So I came up with the idea to take some not too bad pallets, put some wheels on it. I rather had time to make some good frames out of steel, which I will do later. For the time being, I'm going to use the pallets, and this way I can move any pallets that I will put on this back to the at the back of the garage, where I cannot reach with the case. Okay, now you get a good clue of how many wood I have. So under the beam it's almost 8 feet, and from one post to the other it's 34 feet. So that's where I pushed the pallet. Yeah, again about 8 feet there, and there's 2 holes at the back, and it's 10 feet wide both directions. Oh, one more thing. During the whole process there was some there's a nest, a bird's nest at the very top. This one, by the way, is a fake nest, wasp nest, and it's really effective to avoid other real wasp nests to develop. It works. It's just a fake. It's kind of plastic paper. And the birds, although there was some chainsaw, splitter, tractors, they don't seem to be bothered by that. I'll show you that. It's not closed. It's damaged.